introduce yourself and tell us about your career.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Nur Said. I'm a pharmacist by profession, and I'm currently pursuing postgrad studies in dermatology. Yeah.
What inspired you to be in the healthcare field?
To be honest, my family. I see a lot of sick people around. In the sense, they have those lifestyle diseases, diabetes, hypertension, to the extent of cancer. So I channeled into the healthcare setting because of a sick relative who was battling cancer. It really inspired me to look for a solution into that particular sickness. Yeah.
According to you, what are the 5 aspects of a healthy lifestyle?
5 aspects. I don't know if they'll reach 5, but for a healthy lifestyle, when you need to spiritually fill your life, you have to believe in a God, to worship whatever He created for you. So in terms of like your physique, you have to take care of it. And then there are other aspects you can include, not just spiritually, mentally. You really have to take care of your mental health. And I'll still circle back to spirituality because as a Muslim, you have to center your life around that. So if your mental health is okay, your spiritual aspects are okay, I feel like then you can lead quite a healthy lifestyle. You're asking for 5.
Okay, moving into the next. How do you learn to say no without feeling guilty as a professional?
I'm still in the process of learning to say no, but I realized you can start by setting boundaries. So you need to have boundaries from the word go. You should not compromise your values, your beliefs. So once you put your values and your beliefs, including your integrity first, then saying no will not take up so much effort. You can just decline something in a very polite way if they go hand in hand with your beliefs. Inakuuma most of the time, and to be honest, at the end of the day, you still have regrets. I would have made such a difference to this person if, I had said yes. But at the end of the day, I have to question myself. If I said yes, then, and it's not pleasing me, then it's taking a part of me to please somebody else. So that is something I do not like to compromise.
Why is skin so important to you?
Skin is important to me because when I was growing up, I had most of my family members, they are a bit of a lighter complexion to me. If you see my mom, she's the light-skinned version of me. We look very much alike. But so you get these questions of mbona wewe mweusi paka hii utakuwa, they try to give you a compliment but in an undertone way. So for me, it always stood out that I am darker compared to most of my family members. And at first it was an insecurity. Obviously, growing up, in a setting where people mix their own things to lighten themselves and everything. So, but knowing God and knowing the religion, it gave me that power to fight for a beautiful skin, because like God says in the Quran, there's an ayah in Surah Taghabun, I believe, that talks about like God perfecting your entire look. So like I'm not very conversant with the verse, but it starts something like خلق السماوات والأرض بالحق وأحسن صوركم, something like that. Like He perfected your beauty. So for me, it became very special. Like that ayah became very special because He perfected me in general. That includes my skin. So that's the moment I ended up liking my skin, and I advocate for people to love their skin despite the color or the tone.
Talking about insecurities, have you ever been trolled online? Have you ever made any comment that
Oh, yes.
Mainly inakurukia kwa ngozi, oh, you're darker, you're this and this and this. The social media trolls.
Yes, I get that quite a few, not so many times, because I've put this barricade of we are fighting mikorogo, and we are fighting it.
In an era where everyone is bleaching.
Yes.
Even small kids.
Even small kids. Mm-hmm. And so for me, I try to put it in a healthy aspect. Like I try to explain the benefits, and I let the person have the autonomy to choose at the end of the day. Provided I disseminated that information, mm-hmm. It's up to you to choose. So I did get quite a few trolls. There's a time I made a video regarding Kasil, the famous Somali powder. Yes. And the funny thing is, I don't know, maybe I touched a few wrong buttons from that community. So they got really aggressive, and in the comments, there were comments like jarer, or, those derogatory terms. Mm-hmm. So, but like I said, it took me a while to get there, to know why I love my skin. So up until that point, I knew like that's just somebody reflecting their own insecurities on me. So I don't let it get to my head so much.
According to you, is it ignorance, or it is just simply because tuko katika environment ambayo we are exploring everything, the generation that keep on trying everything, ama ni ignorance ya kwamba we don't have the background knowledge concerning skin, the skincare products, the bleaching products that most of us are using in our society? Is it ignorance ama ni tunafanya tu?
I don't think it's I don't think it's ignorance per se. Mm-hmm. This is more of keeping up with, now we can say keeping up with Mombasa lifestyle, yes? Mm-hmm. So everybody is selling mkorogo. I want to try and please the people selling. I want to be on their good books. I want to try their thing and also post my reviews on social media. There are people who exclusively do that, yeah? And sometimes it's not even just about the ignorance. It's about self-love. Like if you lack that, and you lack the aspect of taking care of yourself and accepting the self-acceptance, mm-hmm. then it really gets to you and your individuality. So you lose that sense of individuality, mm-hmm. once you try to put yourself in everyone's box. Like there's one box, you want to be in there as well. The whole of Mombasa is trying to fit in there. You also try to fit. Unless you know yourself, you have to reach a level of self-actualization. Mm-hmm. Once you reach that, then you will not try to do that. You will go according to what is good for you.
Talking about our coastal pattern, kando na wale watumiaji, kuna wale watu ambao wanatengeza. Unakuta mtu, she has zero knowledge about chemical, the nature nini, measurements nini na nini. Lakini mtu anakuja live koroga the likes of the mulatto things as nini na nini. To those who are not manufacturing, like formulating zile vitu, chemicals without background knowledge, what can you tell them?
For me, I'll say, just remember, the same way most of these pharmaceutical industries, they get bashed or when they make something that is not fit for human consumption, or like mkulima atengeneze chakula or alime, things that will not be healthy for your own body, then you should also remember you have a responsibility as a business person to bring out products that will not harm your clients and that will benefit them overall. So once you do that, I'm not going to, like, the fact that is your source of income, I will not come in between. But when you comment exactly. So you can't really interfere. My advice would be, even if you want to continue, because the market will not stop. Yeah. I'm sure the market will not stop. Exactly. So once you know you want to continue with this business, be responsible enough and know what you're mixing in the first place. Know the quantities, know the ratios that are required for you to formulate such a thing. At least be responsible. I will not justify it, but I'll be a bit responsible if I was such a person. And because there are some, to be honest, there are some that I have seen that actually did not cause significant harm to somebody. The person was just formulating because, they want to make it easy for the clients not to buy individual products and cost them in the long term, like a lot of money in the long term. So for such people, I would say like do it, but do it very responsibly, because at the end of the day, kulukum rai wa kulukum maslul. Everyone will be questioned for how they behave, and that applies to your business, to your life, to your kids, to everyone around you.
According to you, what are your basic skincare? How do you take care of your skin?
Basic skincare for either ni mtoto, ni mwanamume, and I get that a lot for men. Somebody above 70, just mtu yoyote. You just need 3 things. 1, something to cleanse off the dirt. And I will not say you use the same sabuni for your body to your face. Your face is very delicate. The structure of the skin there is very different from your body. So have a cleanser for your face. Then moisturize your face, because once you moisturize, you're giving your skin what is needed to keep it looking young. Some healthy oils, some hydration. So a moisturizer is very important. And the third thing is sunscreen. I will sing this every single day of my life. There's a guy here who is looking, a man. So a man should also use a sunscreen. And that's just because you're preventing yourself from things like cancer. You're preventing yourself from aging very fast. The skin is one of the biggest damages for your skin. So, the sun is one of the biggest damages for your skin. So if you are able to protect yourself with a sunscreen, then you're good to go.
This question, is there effort ambayo serikali, the government has put, especially to this skin product, such that damage yes iko, lakini before ule mnunuzi anunue kuna chain anapata? Is there anything that the government should do according to you, at least kupunguza the rate at which products zimekuwa nyingi, zingine
infiltrated,
kitu kama hiyo?
I feel like this is a responsibility that KEBS alongside with the Pharmacy and Poisons Board should do. KEBS should up their game in terms of the internal formulators. So we have business people in the country that are formulating their own skincare. Some could be for bleaching, but some are purely for just maintaining a skincare routine, and they're actually very genuine. For those people, I would really recommend KEBS to sample their products, make them worthy for the market, and they'd really make a difference. And as for the ones that are being imported, PPB has to up their game, the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. And as far as last year, this sector of cosmetics, the sector of cosmetic industry was not being regulated by the Pharmacy and Poisons Board, which is in charge of regulating all drugs or anything medicinal in the country. So since it's cosmetic, it was not part of the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. But there is a new act called Drugs and Cosmetic Acts that is that is on the works. So once I hope they're able to transition that part of the cosmetic to the pharmacy board so that they can be able to regulate fully, because most of this skincare, they're not just for maintaining somebody's face or just keeping the skin looking healthy. Some of it is for treating. Like we know there are people with eczema, there are people with acne. Those are actual treatments. And for a treatment, you need it to be regulated by the body that is in charge of treatment, which is the Pharmacy and Poisons Board. So my advice is for the Pharmacy and Poisons Board and KEBS, the government should really try to fund them so that we can have control in how much damage the people importing the cosmetics can cause. There are so many people. Locally, I can start with Mombasa. There is Professor Leila, from the Vice Chancellor from TUM. She's very passionate about education, and her background is majorly in science. So if there's somebody I look up to, it would be her locally. And internationally, there are very many other people. Some are already deceased, like Nelson Mandela, the likes.
What's your support system? that person, hello, utampigia simu tu, au she has been in your life or he has been in your life, your support system?
My mom, number one. If I get an inconvenience, that's the first person I'll call. If I get good news, that's the first person I'll call. So I would say my life is centered around her. Yes.
So, Dr. Nur, where did you grow up?
I grew up in Mombasa, actually. So just Upper Old Town. And a few here and there, we traveled to Dubai maybe. Sometime I spent a lot of time in Nairobi as well, around 8 years. But majorly born and raised Mombasa.
As a young lady from Mombasa, kuna hiyo stereotype kwa, especially in your career. So kuna stereotype kwa men careers ni hii, female career ni hii. So what inspired you? Maybe as a young lady from Mombasa, ni kitu gani kilikufanya ukaingia katika taaluma hiyo, na kitu gani wafanya kupush kufight hizo such stereotypes, na maybe kuna vigezo tu fulani umekewa vigumu pengine?
As a woman, to be honest, I feel like pharmacy is such a good career to be in, because you can see most of the pharmacists, statistically, most of the pharmacists are women, because of that flexibility in terms of work. And I don't know what really appeals women into that. I can speak for myself though. I can say it was the quest to discover a medicine or something to cure somebody. And I haven't given up on that. As much as leaning towards skin and skincare advocacy, I really still have a passion for cancer, and I do my research on the side. On the side, I'm a research assistant for a few professors. I was also a research assistant at USIU in terms of cancer research. So that is something that really inspires me and keeps me going, because it's such a big field, a very wide field, and that is very novel at this point. So there's so much to discover. That is what keeps me in this particular line. But as a woman, I would say I have not really battled a lot of men in my journey, because at the end of the day, the battle is normally genderless. If there is an enemy, or if there is mtu wa kinyongo on you, then that is an individual. I would not say it's specifically gender based. Yeah.
Do you feel you growing up in a country, and maybe going up abroad, has changed your way of thinking kuliko maisha sasa ile pwani inajulikana? Do you think
yes,
exposure part, is there an impact of the exposure body part?
Yes, it makes a big difference, and that is why I would really advocate for anybody who can get any opportunity, try to live your surrounding. Like even in the Quran, it's very much encouraged. God says like his earth is very wide, and to go out there and explore. So there is so much you learn just from the journey, and by the time you reach there, there's so much you learn from the people that accept you and from the environment that will surround you. So if there is one thing that really makes a difference in terms of your mentality and how you reason, then it is getting that exposure upon traveling and interacting with other people.
For those who are following you keenly kwa mitandao sana TikTok, we've been seeing live sessions. Normally ukiongea sana kuhusu skin. Sasa kuna watu ambao labda mtu akiangalia kuhusu masomo, kuhusu ni mtu ana scroll. Benefit labda 3 ambazo mtu kama leo ukiingia live session mtu sema kama ni usiku ambao anaweza kupata ndio apate kusikiza. Sasa next time ukikoona si scroll.
To be honest, mimi kwanza sipendi kuingia live sana za TikTok, kwa sababu nimenotice live zinakuanga za uchangamfu, za kuchekesha.
Wamemeja kule sana kwa kulele fujo nyingi, lakini za masomo
si sana. Sasa kama sisi ambao tunajaribu kuelimisha, inakuwa vigumu sana kumweka mtu akusikize ile live yako all the time. Lakini nikiziweka zile live for me sana sana nataka kupata ile interaction ya moja kwa moja na wale watu wanaotaka ujuzi, wanaotaka kuyatatua ile matatizo yao ya ngozi. So wakiingia wasikue shy. Unaweza niuliza swali lolote nikiwa live, nitajibu na nitajibu kwa umakini, because hapo sasa ndio tunapata ile moja moja, si kwenye comment section kila masaa au kwenye inbox. Na najitahidi sana niweze kuyatatua ya matatizo ya watu wengi, lakini watu ni wengi. Kwenye inbox napata more than 400 requests. Sasa inakuwa vigumu sana, lakini nitaweka mikakati inshallah. Very soon nitaweka mikakati ambayo tutapata one-on-one interactions na watu vizuri inshallah.
So as a mentor, I believe you are.
Yes.
So I've worked with you in an organization where you do mentorship.
Yes.
So as a mentor, what inspires you kufanya mpaka ukaingia into mentorship, and I said to young girls and students in school in terms of career advice and such progress in life? For your high school maisha magumu. Kweli.
So for me, I noticed wapwani sana tuko katika hiyo disadvantage. Hatupati hiyo exposure with people in the field. Sana wapwani wengi tukimaliza tunaona opportunities bara ama nje na tunazichukua tunaenda. Huku nje hatujui wenye tumewabakisha pale madarasani, tuseme kwenye shule za msingi, hatujui wenye tumewabakisha labda wanataka kuingia kwenye the same career path na sisi. So what really inspires me is niliona watu bara sana Nairobi, wenye tumefanya na wao tuseme university ama kazi, mtu anakuambia oh this is my mentor, huyu ndo anani direct, huyu ndo anani. So kitu ikanifanya niulize, umekuwa na huyu mentor for how long? Mwingine anakuambia kutokea form 2, mwingine sijui nilipomaliza form 4. Hao ni watu ambao tayari wako na career zao well established. So hiyo ndio ikanifanya nijue kuwa kuna pengo ambalo tunafaa kulijaza, na ni jukumu letu sisi wanapwani ndio tunafaa kulijaza. Wale watoto ambao wako pale nyuma, mtu anaweza kuwa na akili kweli, ana akili ya kupata A kabisa, lakini shida yake ni kuwa hana mwelekeo. Kama mimi nilipomaliza nilifaulu vizuri, lakini sikuwa na ile mwelekeo wa kuwa nitaenda nifanye pharmacy direct. So nilipoteza karibu 1.5 mwaka nikifanya course nyingine ya international business, alafu pia nikaingia nikafanya international relations kwa kama wiki 2-3 hivi. So unaona ule muda kupoteza ni kwa sababu sikuwa najijua bado, sikuwa najifahamu, na ile uwezo wangu sikuwa naweza kuutilia manani kabisa. So mentoring is a very important aspect kwa yule utakaye kumentor, ajijue na aweze kujidiscover kwa huku ndo nafaa kuelekea, nisikuwe distracted na side shows, ama nisitumie muda mwingi realize njia ni hii peke yake.
So Dr. Nur, as able to provide work to a young girl who is maybe in high school or in maybe wanting to venture in any career in life, and as the obstacles, especially as a custodian. I mean, not to maybe see as a custodian. Your message to that?
My message is you won't know until you try, and you can't try something that haujajua ni ability yako. So know your abilities first, know yourself, discover wewe mwenyewe ni mtu wa aina gani, kipi kinakufurahisha, kipi kinakuudhi, which are your strengths and which are your weaknesses. Jifanyie, kuna kitu inaitwa SWOT analysis, jifanyie wewe mwenyewe, unajua strengths zako, unajua weaknesses zako, what are your opportunities and what are your threats. Once umeweza kujijua as an individual, then it becomes very easy to pave ways. Na usikue shy. My main advice is don't be shy. The worst thing mtu anaweza kukwambia is no. And the no can be a simple no or it can be a harsh no, but it's still a no. So ukiambiwa ile no, chukua tu, songa kwa mwingine ambaye atakaye kukuambia yes, na kuelimishe na kujuze na akuendeleze kimaisha.
You're so eloquent, mashallah.
Thank you.
Ushafikiria kuandika? kitabu chako, anything, chochote tu?
Kuandika kweli mimi ni mvivu wa kuandika, lakini kusoma I really love, and that is one of the things I strive to do on a daily. So inshallah, maybe one day if I have somebody to sit and reflect my thoughts with, andike sasa. Mimi nikuwa nazungumza tu. Inshallah.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, hopefully owning my own clinic, maybe having a skincare brand, who knows? But inshallah, big plans. Yes, definitely. No. And that is one area I pray God asiniweke kwa such a situation, because being a leader is such a big responsibility, very big responsibility. As much as maybe we have the leadership qualities, but you can't know unless you're a leader, and that is a hot seat.
There's this curious question. Sasa sijui nivikie vipi, lakini sijui hata nikubwa nalo tu la uso. Is there a better half in your life? Or are you expecting someone soon?
You're married, you have kids.
I'm not married, I don't have kids.
Committed somewhere.
Committed to the streets. So kama unataka kunitoa kwa barabara, you can unaweza niona kwa inbox. But no, in all honesty, there's no one. We pray for somebody who will be of khair for both of us in our lives.
You're ready though?
I am ready, yes.
Mentally,
Financially no. Niye ndo anafaa kuwa ready, si mimi, si pati yangu. But mentally, I think I am ready now. Yes.
So give us your parting shot. Give us a shout out to your social media.
My parting shot, vijana wa Mombasa, wa Pwani, all Pwani in general, we have a big responsibility to break the stereotypes, to stand out, to make a difference in our society. And I believe many of us have the capability. Just come out and try to solve, even if it's a single problem, in anyone around the coastal area. And inshallah, we can make a big difference in our community. Then you can follow me on my social media. I'm known as Dr. Nur Said, even on TikTok and on Instagram. You can find me as Dr. Nur.
Thank you. Shukran.